Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. We made a video with The Boys some times ago, but some of you guys in the comment section had some great suggestions. One of the great thing with YouTube, which is something I have to admit didn't really expect when I started making those videos, is the interaction with you guys, sharing ideas, sharing suggestions, sharing ideas for costumes and all that kind of stuff. That's something that, and also when you guys make suggestions for videos, sometimes people will ask, how do you get ideas for new videos? And it's very simple. A lot of it comes from you guys. So today we will make a follow-up to the boys video, and let's start with our friend Homelander. I'm not sure exactly which hairstyle to use. Here I'm using the pompous hairstyle, and it's not exactly it. I had the slick back hairstyle before, wasn't exactly it also. But there's one thing that I should have used that somehow never occurred to me. It was the material. Homelander in the TV show has some sort of texture in his costume, and I'm not sure why it never occurred to me. The blue composite neon chroma material is perfect for that. So combined with the gold material, it allows us to have a really nice version of a Homelander. For the boots, I'm still using the owl boots. The gloves, those are the Sinestro gloves. For the shoulders, there were a few suggestions like the owl suit shoulders, but I didn't think they really worked. Let's give it a try. Like someone suggested the owl suit shoulders. So for Homelander, I would stick to using the New Genesis shoulders. For the cape, a suggestion that was made was the Eternal cape. So I would stick to using the Amazon Strategos. Basically, he has the American flag on his shoulders, on his back, and this is as close as we can get to that kind of cape. For the belt, I went with the Amazonian with some gold material on top of it. But there's a whole bunch of belts that could do the trick. So this brings us a bit closer to recreating our friend Homelander. But I guess if we went with the comic version of Homelander, we would go with the side part hairstyle, the Star X lab coat, the Dr. Fate gloves, the square buckle belt, the retro tech pants, and the nuclear boots. For the cape, I still kept the same cape. For the shoulders, I went with the Hera shoulders with the gold material on top of it. Technically, it has only one shoulder piece, which is like a big eagle, not unlike the shoulder piece that Judge Dredd had. Obviously, we cannot have just the one shoulder, and I thought the Hera style was close enough to that look. So for the comic version of our friend Homelander, this would be close enough. So again, for A-Train, I was using the Slimline t-shirt, but the Archer, I guess, would be a bit closer to the actual look of that the character needs. Again, it's not exactly it. I wish it didn't have the lines. But I guess you decide. Because the problem with the t-shirt is that the side wasn't really white. There was like some textures already built into the style. So if you want a really white look for our friend A-Train, this would be the way to go. For the gloves, I'm still using the Aeronaut gloves. The belt, I'm using the Abyssal belt, the two-color slimline pants, and the boots, the Stalwart Defender boots. And for the face piece, some people were asking about the face piece a bit. The face piece is the Arctic gear. It comes from the Christmas seasonal. So during the Christmas seasonal, obviously we have the Christmas vendor, and you can purchase the Arctic gear from that vendor. I guess for the boots, the nuclear boots could be an option as well. I guess I have a tendency to use the Stalwart Defender boots by default, but the nuclear boots probably would be a better option. And next we have Black Noir. Some people suggested that maybe adding some material, some black material would help complete the look. So let's take a look at what material we could use. I guess the first obvious choice would be the black composite neon chroma material that we just had very recently. But it does have a lot of textures that our friend Black Noir did not have. But it's a material we had very recently. It was fairly expensive though on the broker, so the only place right now where you can really get it is from the broker, and you are going to have to spend a lot of money in order to be able to purchase it. Of course, there's the black neon chroma material, but that one is very expensive as well. It does look great though, but you will have to Sadly, you will have to spend like $1 billion on the broker, assuming that you're lucky enough to actually see it on the broker. It's a material that's very difficult to get. I guess in the long run, in like a year and a half, the material will be added to the booster gold vendor. But even then, it'll probably be very expensive on the booster gold vendor, and it'll take a while before it actually gets added to the booster gold vendor. So in the short run, you will have to purchase it from the broker, and you will have to purchase it for a lot of money. In the long run, you could purchase it from our friend Booster Gold, but it will cost you a lot of quarks. I guess you decide which option is best. The black roll chroma material, obviously not. I guess the dark metal chroma could kind of work, but you do have some shiny bits in the style. It gives a nice look, but it gets away a bit from our friend Black Noir, from what our friend Black Noir is supposed to look like. And there's also black in the blue metallic chroma 3, but there's still too much shiny bits. The ink material, not really. Again, you can see there's a lot of textures that our friend Black Noir just doesn't have, so I'm not sure I would go for that option. And the shadow material is not really black, but I have to admit, I kind of like the look it gives. Obviously, the stealth material should be the obvious option, but it is a bit expensive on the Quarks vendor. But if you don't mind spending, actually this weekend we have 20% off. Let's take a quick look at the Quarks vendor just for the fun of it. So this weekend we have 20% off from the Quarks vendor. So right now we have 20% off on the stealth material, or actually on anything in the Quarks vendors and on the Booster Gold vendor. But it's still fairly pricey. 4,103 quarks. That's what you're gonna have to pay for the stealth material right now. And once the sale expires, then you're gonna add the 20% to that price. And that sadly it is an expensive material to purchase. I guess the void material could be another option. Although if you put it black, you can literally just get the black silhouette, which gives a pretty cool effect. But if you don't just want to have a black silhouette, but if you put the color of the material gray as opposed to black, it gives you a pretty cool looking black noir. And again, this is something you can purchase from your friend Booster Gold, but again, it'll be fairly expensive. Normally, it's like around 5,000 quarks. This weekend, it's about 4,000 quarks thanks to the 20% sale. You could still try to purchase it from the broker, but at this point, it'll be very rare and very expensive on the broker. But again, the obvious option for our friend Black Noir would be the stealth material. And also someone asked, where was Translucent and Stormfront? Translucent is basically invisible, so short of putting a character naked and using the stealth ability, I'm not sure how you can really recreate our friend Translucent. For Stormfront, I have to admit, I'm mostly familiar with the boys from the TV show. The comics, I read a handful of comics at best. So I watched the first, and I only watched obviously the first season of the TV show because the second season isn't out yet. But I was able to, from some footage from season 2, I was able to sort of recreate our friend Stormfront that will be in season 2. Also, from what I understand, they gender swapped the character, so I wasn't sure if the person was asking for Stormfront from the TV show or Stormfront from the comics. For the chest piece, the Urban Slick was as close as I was able to get to the style of the character. For the cape, I went with the short cape. The belt is the Techno belt. The pants are the two-color slimline pants. The boots are the Gadgeteer boots. And for the hands, I went with the Amazon Uplight. But there's any number of hands and style pants and boots that would do the trick. But for the chest piece, that's pretty much the only version that I saw that was, it's not exactly it, but it's the closest thing I saw to what our friend Stormfront seems to be using in the season 2 of The Boys TV show. So this is not exactly it, but it's close enough, I think. For the comic version of Stormfront seems to be a German Superman, and they even gave his costume basically the opposite of Superman. Whatever was blue is red, and whatever is red is blue. It was simple enough to recreate the style. The hardest part is the emblem. I'll show you a few options. For the face piece, I went with the cyborg face piece. The chest piece could be any slimline chest piece. Here I'm using the reverse slimline. The pants are the new Genesis pants. The boots I'm using the nuclear boots. The belt is the square buckle belt, but there's any number of belt that could be used. The gloves are the Dr. Fate gloves, and the back piece is the classic cape. For the emblem, here I'm using the drowned emblem. It kind of sort of can mimic the sort of bird that Stormfront seems to have on his chest. I was almost tempted to go with the Black Canary, but not really. I guess the Wonder Woman emblem could be an option, assuming that you do have that emblem. And the same for the BVS Wonder Woman emblem. Sadly, if you don't already have that emblem, that emblem is no longer available in the game. And even for the emblem for the Drowned, you will have to wait until the next January for the anniversary event to be able to get that emblem. You could be lucky enough to be able to purchase it from a broker. Let's take a quick look at the broker. Sadly, it doesn't seem to be on the broker, so you will have to wait until next January to purchase it from the anniversary event vendor. There's a little box where you can purchase a whole bunch of Dark Knight's Middle emblem, so that's where you can get the Drowned emblem from. But I guess if you cannot wait to recreate your friend Stormfront, then you could use the Black Canary emblem. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. I have roughly 2,000 videos about this universe online at this point, so if I don't answer your question right away, just search in my videos. Odds are I already made a video that answers your question. And that's going to be pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.